The good people over at Rockpool Publishing sent me a gift for the purposes of doing an honest review. Look at that. This is, let me see if I can get this. Here you go. That's the price. And let me show you the back in case you would like to take a screenshot. It's 44 cards. And it does have finger holes. The box feels kind of like linen. So it feels really nice. It's pretty. I love the gold foiling. Awesome. So my name is QueenAusetHeru, and thank you for joining me for another wonderful edition of Ask an Aquarius. If you haven't already, please hit the red subscribe button and smack the bell. Also, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and pass it to anyone and everyone who might like it too. Please drop us a positive comment in the comment section. And if you want to get a reading done, please hit me up on social media. I would love to give you a reading. All of my information is underneath this video, along with a link to where you can get a legitimate copy of this deck if you want it. Okay? There are a lot of fakes out there, so I will always give you a legitimate copy, a legitimate link when I have one. All right, guys, let's take a look at this. Let's see. Okay. Well, of course, it's going to open up easily with our finger holes. If you have a deck from Rockpool already, you'll be very familiar with the box. They seem to stick with a very decent quality of box. You know, in every single box, this paper is in there. And I always show it to you, in case you want to screenshot it. Here is the guidebook. So let's see. Ooh, a full color guidebook. Spreads in the front. The descriptions are not too long. And there's also an action for each one. I see a little, at the very beginning of it, a quote for each one too. All right. So that looks very promising so far. Here's our deck. Let's get it out the box. Okay. I always appreciate that they use paper for this instead of plastic. I love that. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is grab one of them and take a look at it from the side. Great cardstock. Not too thick. Here's the backs. Not too thick, not too thin. Same standard of quality that we're used to. Oh, the edges are gilded. Nice touch. All right, let's look at the artwork, because you know I'm always here for the artwork. I want to know. Let's get our little green aventurine mushroom up. I want to see the artwork. All right, so number one. There we go. Life Flame. Now, the first thing I notice is that the bottom is written at the bottom, but it's small. Spark that brings all matter to life. I am divine. I am human. In both I bloom. Yeah, it's a little small if you're somebody like me that has no glasses on. But if you have on your glasses, they shouldn't be bad. I never have my glasses on. Don't even go there with me. All right. So, okay, so we have the number at the top. We have a key word at the top. And then we have a little saying on it. And then you saw in the guidebook that it takes you further and it has a lot more to say. So these are great because, again, if you really don't want to use the guidebook, you don't have to. But remember, I always recommend it. I must say that to you because the guidebook, look how much more information is in the guidebook than is on the card. So if you're an intuitive reader and you don't want to use it, as you can see, you can definitely get away with it. But I would recommend always using the guidebook. These guidebooks are brilliant. I'm telling you guys, I've learned a lot just about life from these guidebooks. The artwork to me is very different. It kind of reminds me of storybook art from when I was a child, very interesting take on it because I remember reading books like, the Berenstain Bears and What else do we read? We read Winnie the Pooh and stuff like that. And this artwork reminds me of that. I love how the cards feel. I love they're sweet. They're sweet and they're kind of like whimsical kind of energy. Um I like that. I like that a lot. Oh, look at this, guys. We have an elder of color. Ain't that something? I love his head wrap. I love, you guys know I love a good crone moment. So that took my heart immediately. Some kind of creature. Interesting. She looks like the creature from Harry Potter. Wow. She's a seer. Beautiful. Yeah, that is definitely the way that this looks. It looks like watercolor. I don't know anything about art, but that's what it looks like to me. I love the way they did her eyes. I have not seen this. This art is different to me. I'm going to tell you because I haven't really seen this kind of art. This is very unique. Let me see. Did they tell us who the artist was on here? Let me see if it's on the back of the box. Because this artwork is very unique. No, I don't see it in here. It's probably in the guidebook. If you want to take a look and see. Here we have another crone. That's another crone. Yes. And here, look, guys. Wait a minute. I love her with her green apple. Another crone. 3 crones. You don't never get that many crones. I am like in hog heaven. The older I get, the more I look for the crones. Like, where are they? That is awesome. So they got the, even in a deck so whimsical, there's the age diversity strong. I like that. And the different creatures, I'm like, wow. And the little brown people, I love the little brown people. Enlightenment. Okay. Wow. Yeah, it's very different. I like it. I like it a lot. And the reason that I like it the most is because it doesn't look like any other deck I have. As you can see, there's a border with it, and you guys know I can do without borders. So I would like it if they had the artwork wider. I would love that. But it's not taken away from it. It's actually framing it in a very nice kind of way. And I guess because the artwork is so different. Is that Little Red Riding Hood? That's what that reminds me of. Little Red Riding Hood. I bet you that's what that is. So yeah, because the artwork is so different, the framing of the border does make it stand out. The star. Interesting. Tarot has a star too. I wonder if they have the same meanings. Look at the bee. Wow. Very interesting. Shout out to whoever the artist is. Guys, I would love it if you would let me know in the comment section if you've seen this art in your children's books. And if you have or haven't, either way, let me know what were your favorite children's books. Because when I was a kid, I was an avid reader. And these remind me of storybooks. And you know, the thing about it is, when I was a kid, I think reading was an escape. Reading was an escape from my world because I did the most reading when I was on punishment. I was always on punishment for something. And the only thing my mother would let me do when I was on punishment is read. I could read whatever I wanted to. So I would go to the library and get stacks of books and just escape into these stories and these woods and these oceans and these distant far off lands and fly with the fairies. I was always off doing something. So as I look at these remind me very much of those storybooks that I read when I was a little kid. This reminds me of Hamburglar from, remember Ronald McDonald had a friend that was a hamburger thief. That's what that reminds me of. So yeah, I like that. It's different though. And that's what I was saying earlier was that I like this because I don't have a deck that looks anything like this. So this is going to be a really nice addition. This is a great addition if you're doing a tarot reading. and you want to pull some extra cards, or if you want to end it with one of these would be great for altar work because they're big and you could put them on the altar and use it as a focus for that day. You could do a full reading with these by themselves, because if you noticed in the front there were some spreads. You don't even need the spreads, but you could use some of the spreads in the front and do like a full reading with just these, which is also cool. You can do daily pulls. A lot of people will do a daily pull, and then they will use the daily pull sometimes to do journal entries. So let's say you got the witch, for example. You could write about what it says at the bottom. The bottom says, "Toil and boil, spirit of infinity, my seas of hope always spread wider." You could write in your journal about what that means to you. Do you have hope? Do you need more hope? What does hope even mean to you? So, these kind of things. I journal every day. I usually use journal prompts, but sometimes I would just pull a card and journal about what it says on the card. And some people, of course, remember I said they put it on the altar, they will put it on the altar and do meditation. So if you're somebody that likes to do that, you could meditate. Just meditate on the card, the colors, the message, the vibe. So these would be really helpful for that as well. And I like them because they're very simple, like very simple concepts, very simple ideas, but things that we all deal with, you know, things that just the state of being human, the earth herself, our only home. And this one has to do with abundance. Who isn't concerned about their abundance, Shadow. That's another thing I like about these. They seem to be very down to earth. I would like to have seen more brown people. We've seen a lot of crones. Look at her hair. She's a crone too. So we've seen a lot of crones. So this is very they got a lot of different like age, vibration going on here. I love that. I love that. There's a nice balance between young and old in here. That's cool. I would have liked to see more brown people, maybe some other kinds of people too. That would have been cool. Let me see. Yeah, that's the only thing I would add. It has everything else. It has all the other capabilities, or should I say characteristics? Yeah, it has all the characteristics of a good deck, a solid deck. And I'm really interested in how it reads. I'm going to read one of the cards because I'm very interested to see like how the message itself reads. And these are all holidays. The last ones were all holidays. Yeah, because this is in the fall. Awesome. That was the last one, guys. It was awesome. All right, so we're going to pick. I want to pick one. Which one do I pick? Let's pick her. I thought she was so cute. Let's pick little mama. Adorable. All right, so we're going to move this out of the way. And we have to find our book because I have a mess over here. All right, let's see. Let's see how easy it is to find. She's number 16. So let's go right to, yep, right there. Easy. Bam, we already found her. Seconds. Enlightenment, bliss, understanding, communion. Night skies hide millions of stars. Capture their light to lead you out of the darkness. Oh, that's beautiful. There are moments when everything falls into place and just clicks as though it was obvious. Things unfold in front of you as the law of series, by which things happen more often than they should by pure chance. Embrace this moment, live it and celebrate it, and be at the heart of your emotion and this revelation. Know that those passages of life where grace touches you are not permanent, but that you can come back to them. You can find them again. When these moments arrive, they are there to convince you that you are on the right track. It is a victory for you in the face of paralyzing fear and blinding doubts. Allow this divine flow to invade your reality and mark in your memory the immediate impact it has on you. Because one day or another you will be, perhaps even without knowing it, the instigator of this light for another being. Don't be afraid to lose this state. This is human. No one can live permanently in divine grace. Even saints have had their moments of darkness and doubts. Share the moments of grace through your self-expression to inspire others in music, writing, painting, or whatever form the message travels through you. And then it gives us an action. The action says, keep a memory of a state of bliss so you can get back to it again and again. It will become easier each time. Find a way to engrave the memory in your consciousness, such as a particular song or piece of music you can associate with the blissful state. This is really beautiful. So see how there's so much more? Like that little blurb is wonderful and can be really helpful if you want to do, if you want to do an intuitive reading or something like that. But all this information, I mean, that said a lot. And it gave you an action to do that'll help you in the future. That's why I always recommend reading the guidebook. It's like so much richness in there. So I hope that you guys like this deck. And if you do, check out underneath this video, click on the link and get yourself a copy. And please come back soon because I got a lot more to say. See you later.